Stand up for what you believe in and do not back down. Demonstrate yourself peacefully and stay true to who you are and your morals and what your heart says. That's exactly what I learned from Gladys in the last episode that we did with her. She's from Cuba. She understands what it's like to live in situations where you're not allowed to be yourself. You're not allowed to say certain things. You're not allowed to live the life you really want to live, given the circumstances of the society. And I believe it's vitally important to listen to that episode and hear from her own experience. I was just looking up this article from a website called revolt.tv, truth about Cuba's abuse of its citizens and why the people are now fighting back, especially when they had the demonstrations a few months back. She was saying, look, Devin, this is what is really going on in Cuba. And she sent me some different things about that. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And you didn't see that anywhere else on the news. So it's important to do your own research as well and really figure out what's going on in this world. It's so important. And this article kind of just highlights different issues of what is really going on in this country and why the situation is for the Cuban people as it is and how their everyday life circumstances are. Like here, another issue Cubans face every day is their commute to work. There's no fuel for public transportation. Walking and biking to go work in the Caribbean becomes excruciating, especially when you're malnourished. There's also no fuel for homes. That's why at this point, every day the government shuts the power off on the island for 10 to 12 hours. And it goes beyond a scarcity for fuel. The power plants on the island are falling apart and there's no replacement pieces to repair them. Here it says the incredible free education granted to the Cuban people has also declined immensely since the beginning of the revolution 60 years ago. For generations now, many classrooms don't even have teachers to begin with. Teachers are so underpaid that no one wants to fill those positions anymore. Many classes consist of students and the TV screen that transmits the lesson. And then later wraps up here saying, so when the Cuban people have no food, no power, and no medicine in the middle of a pandemic, it is a surprise to anyone that these protests are going on. For many years, Cubans have been scared to openly oppose the government, as this is incredibly illegal. The people on the island holding mass protests was unthinkable in our community until right now. It's something I was convinced I would never see in my lifetime, but citizens have lost their freedom, their loved ones, and now their fear. All they have left are lives. And what would they have to gain? A country. From the Spanish colonizers to Batista to the Castros, they never tasted freedom. But today, it sits heavy in the air, and it's like sweet sugar cane. And look, when I was speaking to Gladys about all this, she just shared so much incredible insight on how fortunate it is to live where she lives now in the state of Georgia with a true sense of freedom and liberty and choice and a way to express without these sort of persecutions. And we just got to remember that in all parts of the world, there are situations as what has been going on in Cuba for so long in its history that have just been truly overbearing and overwhelming for its people. And I really encourage you all, go listen to Gladys' story. It's incredible. And also just do your own research in more detail as well. Dig through different articles and search engines, everything else to see what is really happening in some of these places and seek out the information, because I think the more we know and the more we do our due diligence to understand the world better, we can really, really understand how life really is in many parts of, these regions and these countries. So hope you check it out. Take the time to do your due diligence well and research, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone.